What's she worried about?
What she's worried about is that I'm going to be very respectable, that she will lose her title. That's very important to her. What she worries about is that she's no longer thought of as clever and wonderful. Nobody likes her, and she's beginning to recognize that.
For years, she fought for her titles. She clung to them through Megxit, through tell-all interviews, through a million tabloid headlines. They were the ultimate validation, proof that the actress from Los Angeles had truly become royalty. But in the cold, gray aftermath of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's arrest, those titles are no longer symbols of achievement. They are targets. And Meghan Markle, watching from 5,000 miles away, is terrified she's about to lose them all. This is not paranoia. This is not the usual Sussex victim narrative. This is a cold, hard political reality unfolding inside Buckingham Palace. The Andrew scandal has done what years of Harry and Meghan's revelations could not. It has forced King Charles to consider the unthinkable, a sweeping purge of every non-working royal, regardless of their sins or their innocence. Welcome back. Let's start with what royal biographer Andrew Lowney told News Nation just days after Andrew's arrest. His words sent shockwaves through Montecito. "I think we are going to see some reforms being announced," Lowney said. "More transparency about records and finances, and I think we may well see some moves to remove titles from anyone who isn't in an active working role. So I think they're going to deal with the Andrew and Harry problem at the same time." Deal with them at the same time. Let that sink in. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the man under criminal investigation for sharing state secrets with a convicted sex offender, and Prince Harry, the king's younger son, are now being discussed in the same sentence. Not because their offenses are equal, they are not even close, but because the monarchy, facing an existential crisis, has decided that the time for half measures is over. The logic is brutal, but understandable. For years, the palace has managed its problems individually. Andrew through quiet exile, Harry and Meghan through transatlantic distance. But the Andrew arrest has changed the math. Lowney explains, "The public do want to see more obvious change. I think this has hastened reforms that are so necessary that perhaps Charles was hoping William would start, but I think those will now be accelerated." Accelerated. That means now. That means while the Andrew investigation is still active, while the headlines are still fresh, while the public is still demanding accountability. And for Meghan, the timing is a nightmare. According to sources close to the Duchess, she has watched the Andrew scandal unfold with a mixture of horror and vindication. Horror at the depravity of the revelations, vindication that the world is finally seeing that the monarchy's problems go much deeper than a woman who ate avocado and complained about racism. A source told Geo.tv, "Meghan insists that this gives her no pleasure. She says the whole situation absolutely sickens her. That being said, she and Harry have long felt the royals have used them as scapegoats to distract from much more damaging issues, like Andrew and his ties to Epstein. But vindication is cold comfort when your own titles are on the chopping block. Lowney believes there is a strong likelihood that not only Harry and Meghan, but also their children, Archie and Lilibet, could lose their royal titles entirely under the proposed reforms. The children, born in America, raised in California, never knowing any other life, they too could be swept up in the purge. The irony is staggering. For years, critics accused Meghan of using her royal titles for commercial gain. The infamous "with the compliments of HRH, the Duchess of Sussex" note on a gift hamper sparked outrage from those who felt she was profiting from a status she no longer actively served. A royal expert told the News International at the time, had Queen Elizabeth still been alive, she would have taken real offense at this, as she was extremely particular about matters such as the correct use of titles. Now, that debate may become irrelevant. If Charles moves forward with these reforms, there will be no HRH to misuse, no Duchess of Sussex to trade on, just Harry and Meghan, private citizens with a very public past. In the midst of this crisis, an unexpected voice emerged. On the Jeremy Vine show, a viewer from Birmingham named Zoe called in with a message that captured the strange moral calculus of the moment. First, I would like to start off by saying, on behalf of the British public, I would like to formally apologize to Meghan Markle, she said, because in comparison to what is happening now, that woman was not bringing down the monarchy. Zoe continued, let's be honest, the woman ate an avocado. She was told something by her husband which she felt was kind of racist. She wasn't in the room, bullied her for 8 years, said she was bringing down the monarchy. Look at what Andrew has done. It's way worse than whatever Meghan did. Even Jeremy Vine himself agreed, adding, the Meghan and Harry thing looks like a picnic compared to this. A picnic compared to a criminal investigation. That is the comparison that may save Meghan's reputation even as it threatens her titles. The British public, it seems, is finally ready to acknowledge that the woman they vilified for years was never the real threat. The real threat was always closer to the throne, hiding in plain sight, protected by the very institution that threw Meghan to the wolves. But acknowledgement does not equal preservation. King Charles, facing the worst crisis of his reign, is considering a clean sweep, and the Sussexes, for all their vindication, might find themselves swept out with the rest. Meghan Markle is scared. Not at Andrew, not of Epstein, not of the palace. She is scared of becoming Sarah Ferguson, a woman who still expects to be called Duchess while the world has moved on. A woman clinging to titles that no longer carry weight in a family that no longer wants her. The Andrew scandal has given Meghan something she never expected, public sympathy. But it may cost her everything she fought to keep. Thanks for watching.